Hello everyone. Today we are going to do a puzzle trick. For this puzzle, we can solve continuously every puzzle that is getting more difficult, and there's no time limit, so we can take our time to slowly calculate and think. Okay, so that we get as many accurate puzzle as possible. And if there's one mistake, the streak will end. Okay, so if you want to try to solve it with me, before each puzzle, you can pause the video and try to think and calculate for the solution and compare it with my calculation. Okay, so from the Lichess puzzle menu, you just click puzzle trick. Okay, so there's a rating here. So you can see we start from the rating 1045, and with each puzzle it gets more difficult. Okay, so let's start. This is the first puzzle. So as we can see, the queen and king is aligned together, and white is attacking the king. So the first move that comes to mind is discover attack. Bishop takes the pawn and queen check the king. Okay, so now what we need to see is black is threatening to take our queen. Okay, if we move any other move without check, okay, black is going to win our queen. So this is very important. Okay, so when we move our bishop and take the pawn is taken, is captured, so there's no more threat, and then our queen check the king. So the king only has two moves on here or here, and the second check, we go down here to deliver a checkmate. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now the king goes away, and our queen can go down here for a checkmate. Okay, so the king cannot capture our bishop because the queen is protecting it, and the escape square is blocked by black own piece. Okay, so now it's a checkmate. The bishop is protecting the queen is protecting the bishop. Okay, so we go for the next puzzle. Okay, now black to move. As usual, you can pause the video if you want to try to solve it. Okay, let's see. Now we can see that the king has not much square to go. Okay, because this is controlled by the pawn, but the king can capture our pawn. The pawn is controlling his square, and there's an escape square over here. Okay, so the move that comes to mind is rook come over here for a check. Okay, so if the king go here, then the king is aligned with this rook, so we can do a skewer. We give a check here, the king goes down, and we take the rook for free. Okay, so after check, if the king goes down, the rook is lost. And if the king takes the pawn, our second rook can come over here to give another check, and it's a checkmate. Okay, so there are two alternatives for white. One is losing the rook, one is getting checkmate. And also after check, the rook cannot come over here to block because the pawn is controlling the square, so the rook can take it, or the pawn can take it. Still, white will lose the rook. Okay, so the king move over here, so we can see this alignment. Okay, king and rook. So we can come over here to do a skewer because the pawn is protecting this square. Okay, so we take the rook for free. Okay, so we continue to the next. Okay, so now white to move, and also we need to realize these two pieces are aligning to this second rank. Very powerful placement of the piece. And the threat is, if we don't move anything, it will come over here for a check, because we cannot go here for check. The queen is protecting this square, right? So the queen can come over here for a check, and only one square for the king. Second move is checkmate over here, checkmate the king. Or the queen can come over here for a check, king only one move, and queen drops back here for a checkmate. Okay, there are two square for checkmate. So white has to be fast, otherwise it will get checkmated in these two squares. So now we look for check first. Yeah, the first check is like that. It's a checkmate already. Okay, because the pawn is protecting this square, and this pawn is blocking the king escape. Okay, so after this is a checkmate. The king cannot move anywhere. Okay, this is a one move checkmate. Okay, number 4. So first we see the alignment of this. Okay, the queen is aligned with this, is facing each other. So the queen can capture our queen, and our queen can capture their queen. But now it's our move, and the bishop also aligned with this queen. So if the queen moves away, it's a discover attack. Okay, so we can see, yeah, we look for a check here. Okay, because of this check, this queen cannot move away from this bishop unless move here to block, and the queen will take the queen. Okay, this is a discover attack. I discover attack for my bishop against this queen, and I need to give a check. Otherwise, if I go anywhere here, the queen can run away, right? Can run away from the bishop. So I give a check, so the queen cannot go anywhere except blocking this. If the king moves up, the bishop will take the queen. Okay, so this is a discover attack. So we take the queen. Okay, so we need to notice the alignment of this bishop and the queen for us to find the discover attack. Okay, now number 4, white to move, and our queen is targeting the king. Okay, the bishop also, but blocked by this pawn, and the knight can jump over here anytime, and the rook is controlling this file. So there's a strong attack over here, over the king side. While the king is in the center, it's quite safe because black pieces are not attacking this king, and the center is partially blocked. Okay, partially blocked, so the king is safe for the moment. And now the first move that comes to mind is knight comes over here to attack this pawn, because our queen also is attacking this pawn. So there's a checkmate in 2. After the knight comes here, the queen can take the pawn check, the king drops back, and the queen can come here for a checkmate. Or is there any better one? Maybe we can think of this queen sacrifice first. Check, takes, knight over here, check, but there is no mate. Right, there's no mate. Even the rook come down here, king drops back, there's no mate. So this is a safer option. Let me see. After this, how can black defend? Okay, maybe the knight can drop back to defend this pawn. Okay, otherwise we are capturing this pawn again. Okay, let's see black response. Okay. If the rook moves here, the queen takes the pawn, is a checkmate because the king cannot go back. Okay, so after knight comes here, the rook cannot go here. If the rook go here also, we can take the pawn and checkmate. So now we calculate for this knight drop back to protect this pawn. The rook can go here to check, king drops back, and I think we can give a checkmate over here. Yeah, okay, because the knight is protecting this square. Okay, can you see that? Knight comes over here to threaten this pawn. Okay, threaten, mate in 2. 1, go down and checkmate. Sorry, mate in 1, because the rook is already open. The file is already open. So there's a mate in 1. After the queen takes the pawn, checkmate. The king cannot go, because these two files are controlled by white. Okay, so the only way to protect this pawn is knight drops down. Okay, after that, our rook can come down here to check. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake in calculation just now. The rook cannot come over here because the knight is here. I thought the knight is here. So sorry. Okay, so the rook can give a check. King drops back. what can we do? Can we take the knight? Check. The king takes and our queen go here to threaten mate, and I think it's unavoidable. The checkmate is unavoidable. Okay, let's try it. Oh, the knight comes here to block. So again, I think we just take the knight. Okay, and threaten mate again. Okay, so this is quite simple compared to the line I mentioned just now. So I thought the knight will drop back, protect this pawn. Okay, then we can give a check, drop back. Because we don't want the king to protect this pawn, okay, we chase the king away from this pawn so that our queen can later take. I think we can take the knight now. Check. So if the rook takes, it's checkmate in 1. Okay, so the king, okay, if the king comes up, we also deliver a checkmate in 1. So now the king has to take, and our queen will take this, threatening mate. And I think the only way is to protect with this bishop, right? Even if the rook runs away, we can checkmate also. So for bishop here, we also take and checkmate again, and the queen can do nothing. There's no check. Okay, let's check the engine. Okay, let's try to check the engine. Okay, knight g8. Yeah, rook g7 check, king go down, take the knight check. Okay, this is removing the defender of this pawn. Okay, I forgot to mention the knight is defending this pawn, so we want our queen to come over here to capture the pawn and check the king and deliver checkmate, right? So we remove this knight defender. Okay, king takes, queen takes. Oh, there's still a check. I'm sorry, I missed this. There's still a check. If bishop f6, we just take this. Oh, there's still check. There's so many checks we miss. Okay, but it's okay. We still, it only delays for a few moves. Okay, let's see. Check. King e2. So make sure there's no more check. Okay. Oh, there's a f6. But our rook can come over here. Yeah. We still have one more rook. Oh, the king can run away. Check and take the queen. Again, the queen is lost. So it's still winning, but takes more moves. Okay, so this is getting more complex, but we are still winning material, even if there's no mate. But mate is still coming. Okay, so what happened with this? We take the knight and threatening checkmate. Oh, but there's no mate. Only we win material. Okay, because black can defend like this with the queen. So we win the bishop. Okay, so we win material for this. Okay, so this is getting complicated. Okay, so we move on to the next puzzle. Okay, just for this we win material for this puzzle. Okay, this is quite a nice sacrifice. Okay, next. Okay, now white to move. Oh, there's a checkmate in 1. Do you see that? Okay, because the knight is attacking this pawn and the queen also, and only the king protects it. Okay, so this is a checkmate in 1. So if we can see the checkmate in 1, we don't have to calculate what black can respond, because it's already checkmate. Okay, so we don't have to calculate what the queen can do, what the bishop or knight or rook can do. Okay, this is a checkmate. So it saves time. Okay, mate in 1, the knight is protecting the queen controlling this view square, so the king cannot escape. Okay, let's continue. As always, you can pause the video if you want to try to solve it. Okay, now the first thing that comes to mind is there's a check over here because the f pawn is already moved. Okay, in the opening Normally we don't want to move the pawn so fast to expose our king through this diagonal, right? So we give a check, and the knight is controlling these two squares, very important square, and the king is blocked by these two pieces. Okay, if the queen check, if the king move here, there's a checkmate in 1 over here, right? Okay, the knight protect the queen, so there's a checkmate. And if one way to block it is only use this pawn, then we can take the pawn because of this pin. The queen can take the rook. Okay, let's do it. Okay, only block with this pawn, so we can capture this pawn. For later we will do the discover attack. Okay, now we are threatening this rook, and if the rook runs away, let's say here. Okay, let's finish this puzzle first. We can take the rook for free lah. Okay, free rook, we win material. So the question is, what if the rook go away? Okay, if the rook go here or here, what can we do? You can try to pause the video and think. Yeah, it's the same. Okay, you can do a checkmate. Let's say if the rook is moved here, we give a check, discover check. If here, we give a checkmate, but the rook still can block. Sacrifice the rook. Also the same, we can take with the knight. Okay, we can take with the knight and win material. Okay, let's see if let's check the engine. Yeah, go here. Oh, this is a better one. The queen takes the pawn is a better option because it threatens mate and also the rook. Yeah, this one we win the whole rook, I think. Give a check. Yeah, we win the whole rook. Give a check. Yeah, because after check, our bishop comes in and threaten the queen. So black cannot protect both pieces. Okay. Yeah, so this is better. Instead of taking with the knight, because after this, the pawn will take our knight. So we don't win so much material and there's no checkmate. With only one queen, we cannot checkmate. Unless the king is blocked by its own pieces. Okay, let's continue. Okay, white to move. So the first thing to realize is the queen is in alignment with this king. Okay, so only blocked by this knight. So after this knight move is a discover check. Okay, this is the first thing to note. And also black also has a discover check. Threatening. Discover check. Okay, the rook is aiming at the king. So if now it's black to move, what will we do? Can you see it? How can black win if black to move? Okay, the bishop can come over here. And the rook check the king. And the bishop attacks the queen. So after the king moves, the black can take the queen. So white will lose the queen if it's black to move. Okay, this is also discover check. But now, fortunately, it's white to move. So white can do a discover check first. So we have to move our knight. Where to move our knight? So we can checkmate the king. I think, yeah, let me see. The first move that comes to mind is knight over here, double check. Okay, so if the king moves out, we can give a checkmate over here. And if the king moves in, we can check over here. The knight takes and knight comes here for a checkmate, smoother mate. Okay, let's check. I think it should be. Okay, so this is a checkmate. And this is a simpler checkmate. So if king moves inside, okay, we can come over here. Check, temporarily sacrificing our queen. Okay, because the knight is protecting the queen, the king cannot take, right? So have to take with the knight. Then we can either this knight or this knight come over here to deliver the checkmate, because the king is trapped. Okay, So let's see. Let's confirm with the engine. Okay, mate in 2. Other, if you move the knight away from here, away to here. Oh, there's a block. Oh, the bishop can block. This is. Oh, sorry, the queen will be lost. Like I said just now, discover check and the queen will be lost because the bishop is blocking this queen, this check. Yeah. So only winning move is double check. The knight checks the king and the queen checks the king. So bishop cannot block. Okay, because the knight can capture the king, right? It's a check, it's an illegal move. So only move is give a double check. For a double check, the king has to move. Okay, there's no block. You cannot block 2 pieces at the same time, so the king has to move. Okay, for this. Oh, there's a mate in 1. I didn't see that. This knight jump in is a mate. Okay. Yeah, missed this one. Okay, this is a mate in 1. Because we have 2 knights. The other mate is here. Smoother mate. Like this. Mate in 2. Okay. So there's a mate. Because the king cannot move already, right? There's no square. So another piece coming in to give a check is a mate. Okay. So this is about discover, check, and double check. Let's continue. Okay, this is black is attacking the king, right? So white is also threatening to take our pawn with the check because the queen and rook is attacking this pawn and only our king is defending it. So next, if there's no threatening move, white will capture the pawn with the check and attacks our king. But now it's black to move, so can we checkmate the king? Okay, the first thing we notice, if the rook comes over here to check, the bishop can take the rook. And there's a checkmate over here. Right, temporarily sacrificing the rook. The king cannot go here because the knight is controlling this square. Okay, the king cannot take the rook because the queen is protecting this square. So only bishop can take and queen comes over here for a checkmate. Okay, another one is take the bishop with the check. Oh, cannot, this one cannot, because if the king takes, the queen can come down for a checkmate, but fortunately the queen can take. And the queen protects these 2 squares, so there is no checkmate. Okay, so this is the correct move. Okay, not this. Let's do it and checkmate. Okay, do you get it? Okay, we give a check, sacrificing our rook. Okay, the queen is protecting the rook. King cannot go here because of the knight and queen. Okay, cannot go up, blocked by own piece. So only one move. Okay, so this opens the line. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Okay, actually this move is to clear this square. Okay, we need to clear this square for the queen. Okay, so if the rook is not here, the queen can directly go here to give a checkmate. Okay, so now we need to clear the rook and with tempo. Okay, we want to save time. We don't want to go. No, there's no way to go. Okay, only one move. Okay, so we cannot take the bishop because of this queen takes, and the queen protects this square. You cannot go down here to give a checkmate. Okay, the queen protects everything. Everything is protected. Yeah, and there's no check here because the rook is protecting the square. No more check. Even there's check, the rook can come down. The knight can come down. Okay, attacking knight can come down. So very important to note this. Okay, king cannot take because of this. This is also a very nice checkmate. Okay, because these 2 pieces are blocking the king escape. So the queen attacks the king and these 2 square. Knight protects the queen. Okay, this is also a very nice checkmate, helping by white's own pieces. Okay, but we need to see that queen can take. Okay, so the correct move is we clear the square for the queen with a check over here. So the queen is still here. Okay, the queen is kept here, cannot control this square. So after clearing this square with a check, and our queen can come down here for a checkmate. Okay. So let's continue. This is puzzle number 1. The rating is already 1282. It's getting more difficult. Okay, this is the pawn end game. If you want to try to solve, you can pause the video. Okay, so let's see the direction of the pawn first. The white pawn moves up, black's pawn moves down. Okay, so in this end game, we need to see whose pawn can promote to queen faster. Yeah, who is faster can win the game. So now the first thing that comes to mind is we can try to push this pawn to promote. We cannot push this because the pawn can take, but maybe still can, but the pawn can come down over here even faster than this pawn. Okay, so if we push here, pawn push down here, one square, and here, yeah, black promotes first to a queen, only then white promotes. So this maybe is a draw because the queen can take the pawn and give a check. Okay, give another check, and black has an extra pawn, probably a draw. So we consider this one first. We push and let's calculate 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so the moment white promotes, black can also promote, but unfortunately for black there's a check over here. Okay, after when the pawn reach here, black's pawn also reach here, right? So after we promote, we are checking the king, so there's no time for black to promote. Okay, after the king moves down, the queen can come over here to control this square. Okay, so white wins with this pawn push. Okay, we need to see. Oh, it ends here. Okay, we need to see it's a check. Okay, it's a check. So black cannot promote. Okay, no time to promote. After this move, is the easiest way to is like this. Queen comes here to control this. So black king cannot come here, right? If black king comes here, we can just block this square. Okay, then our king can come over here to capture the pawn, and we promote another one. Okay, and we win by checkmate. Okay, so next we have solved 10 puzzles. Let's continue. It's getting more difficult, right? So black to move, and you see the king is very limited in where it can go, right? Only one square. So this square it cannot go, controlled by our pawn here, and here, and blocked by its own pawns. Okay, and both our rooks is attacking this pawn, but the queen is protecting it. Okay, if we take the pawn, the queen take, rook take, the king takes back, we are not winning because the queen is exchanging itself with 2 rooks, and white has an extra bishop, and white should win this. Okay, but we have a trick over here is we give a check first, king drops back, so now the pawn is protecting only by the king. We can give a check and capture the queen at the back. This is what we call skewer. Okay, this tactic is called skewer. Only one move. Oh yeah, this king can move up, but still we can capture this pawn, and this is a fork. Okay, this is a fork. Oh no, sorry, this is a checkmate. After this, oh sorry, no, we cannot push here because the pawn takes. So we can take this pawn and fork the king and the queen. Okay, so now king moves here. Notice this alignment. We can take this pawn for free because the rook is protecting. Okay, this rook is protecting this rook. And after the king moves, we can take the queen. Even the king moves here, we still can take because our rook is protecting this square. Okay, so we win the queen. And now we are threatening checkmate. Okay, we are up in too much material. Okay, let's continue. This is a skewer and possible fork. Okay, if the king moves up here, let's check. Yeah. Oh, it's a checkmate. Yeah, the king cannot move anyway. So after take is a checkmate. I thought we were going to win the queen, but didn't realize the white king cannot move anywhere. Okay, let's continue. This is puzzle number 11. So now the rating is already 1392. Okay, slightly more difficult already. Okay, now is you see two heavy pieces attacking this square, this pawn, and the bishop is threatening our queen, but we can take the pawn with the check first. Then the king moves here, we can take this pawn for a checkmate because the bishop at the back here is controlling this square. Okay, it's very important to see the whole board, right? The bishop hiding here is controlling this, attacking this important pawn, helping our attack. Okay, so when we see the checkmate, it's very simple. We don't have to calculate where the queen can go, where the bishop can go. Okay, we only need to calculate how white can avoid the check. Okay, how to block the check or run away with the king. So there's only one square, one move. So this is very simple to calculate. The queen is protecting the rook, so only one square, one place to go. So now you need to see this. The rook can take the pawn because this bishop is attacking the pawn from far away. Okay, so this is a checkmate because the queen is controlling this square, the rook is attacking this square. So white king cannot go anywhere else. Even though the bishop is still attacking the queen, our queen is still functioning. Okay, because there's a check over here. Okay, the bishop cannot take. No time to take the queen. Okay, so it's important to see that we don't have to move our queen when the bishop attacks our queen, right? Okay, we don't have to react with this attack. So probably if you react with this, probably we will take the bishop. Then there's no mate. Okay, there's no direct checkmate. We still win the bishop, but if you can checkmate, it's much easier, right? So for this, we don't react to this threat first. We see what we can do with our piece. Can we check the king? Okay, we need to see, can we check the king? And the answer is yes. So if the pawn is here, if the white pawn is here, we cannot check. Then maybe we have to take the bishop. Or no, because the queen is attacking our rook, so maybe we have to drop back to protect the rook. We cannot take. Yeah. So this is if the pawn is not attacked. Okay, it's well defended over here. So now we can attack the pawn. So we have to see this check. And also we need to see this checkmate. Okay, follow up. We need to see the follow up. Not only this move. Okay, not only one move only. We need to see the follow up because otherwise, if there's no checkmate, the king is attacking the rook also. So the bishop attacking the queen. So it's quite complicated. You need to see the follow up checkmate. Okay, then only you can safely move this one. And otherwise, if there's no checkmate, you need to solve this problem. Bishop attack the queen and king attack the rook. So probably you have to, let's say the bishop is not here. Maybe you have to move. You see, only one square. You see, only. Or this also can because the queen you can exchange. Okay, probably you have to move here. Okay, still can protect. Okay, but you need to calculate first. Okay, but if there's a mate, you can directly deliver the checkmate. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now it's black to move. Okay. So now what we can see is the rook is aligned with this rook. So there's a potential discover attack with this knight, but the rook is well protected, right? Okay, we cannot go here directly, give a check, and take the rook cannot because white can take the knight with the bishop or the pawn. And if we take the rook, knight can take back because if the rook takes, bishop can take this knight, but still equal because we have given our knight. Okay, so now it's about sequence. Okay, it's about sequence. Which piece to move first, which piece to take first. So we can consider this one first. Bishop takes knight. to remove this defender. Okay, there are two defenders here, so we calculate, we remove one first. Then if rook takes our bishop, the second defender move away. Okay, so this rook is unprotected. Then we can give a check, discover check, takes, and we take the rook with the check. Yeah. Is that the answer? Let's see. I don't see any other. Okay, after this, if the bishop takes the knight, we can take the bishop back and win some material. Okay, this is also important to see. Okay, the rook doesn't have to take this one because this knight is also hanging, because there are two pieces attacking this, only one, or now is two. Okay, but still we win material. Okay, so now you see the rook is unprotected already, hanging. We can give a discover, attack, and take the rook. Okay, so now we win some material. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now is white to move. Okay, black is attacking our rook. Okay, threatening to capture our rook with a check, but we have an escape square here. Now the bishop can capture the knight, the rook can capture the rook. So which one? Okay, so I think the answer is obvious. We can capture the knight with the bishop while protecting our rook. Okay, so if rook takes, our bishop can take back. And we have double bishop against this rook, which is quite good for white. Okay, because double bishop is quite strong. If it's protected by the pawn, it's even stronger. Okay, we can put it here, protected by these two pawns. Okay, so it's important to see that if the rook takes the rook, knight takes, so white doesn't win material with this. Okay, knight takes, attacks the bishop, and the rook can come down over here. So we have to take the knight, protect the rook, and take back. Okay, so now we win material. And now, if black cannot move here, right? So black has to find ways to enter with the rook to attack our pawn or bishop, right? So let's say black comes here, threatening check and fork, king and bishop, right? Where should we move? Can you find a good answer, a good reply for this? Okay, you can think for a few seconds. So if you think of moving a king away or the bishop move here, the rook still can come down, right? Check, or come down here to attack the bishop. Okay, if the king moves, the rook still can come down, attack the bishop and attack this pawn, although maybe it's protected. But the simplest way is we can move the bishop over here to block the rook, completely block, and also attack this pawn. Yeah, so this is a better reply. So you see the rook cannot enter our territory. Okay, so rook cannot come here also. So if the rook comes here, attack this pawn, we can drop back, protect this. So as I said just now, this is very strong. Okay, both bishops are protected by pawn, and this, you see the range, very wide range of the bishop. Yeah, so this is winning for white. We can try to push this pawn and bring the king to the center, helping the bishop. Okay, let's continue. Number 15, and sorry, puzzle number 15. We have done 14 puzzle. Okay, now it's a black to move. And we need to see that white is threatening to take our rook. Okay, and rook is attacking our knight, but our rook is protecting the knight. So you need to see this one first. Okay, so we cannot move the rook away, let's say here, move back. Then the knight is hanging. Okay, rook can capture our knight, so we will lose the knight. So the first thing that comes to mind is give a check, because there's nowhere else to go. If you go here, the king can capture. Okay, so we still need to protect the knight, right? But now we give a check first so that white has no time to capture our knight, because it has to move the king. So only one square for this king is here. Okay, so now we look for a second check here, and king can go here. Still attacks our knight and rook, so it's quite troublesome. Oh, I see. Okay, I see the answer already. Okay, the answer is not in this check. Okay, although probably we may need to need to look at this first, because this is a check, is a forcing move. But after check, come here, check again, come here, and I think we need to lose some material, because the knight is attacked and the rook is attacked. Okay, we need to lose some material. Okay, now the solution is, okay, you need to realize the alignment of the pieces, very important. Okay, do you notice some alignment between black and white pieces? Okay, you see what is the alignment, which piece are aligned with which, then you can see what's the tactic that's coming. Okay, if you can see this alignment, is very good. Okay, the rook is aligned with white's rook and blocked by the knight. So we have a potential discover attack coming. If the knight moves, okay, with the threat, especially the check, then the rook is attacking this rook and we can capture the opponent's rook. Okay, but now we need to know also the knight is threatening our rook, so we have no time to move any other else except for a check. Otherwise, if you move here, knight can capture or the rook can capture the rook. So there's only one check over here. Okay, we give up our knight, open up this line, and take the rook. Yeah, that's a solution. So you need to see the knight cannot capture our rook because the king is in check. Okay, so this is the power of discover attack. Discover attack against this rook. So white can do anything else, move the king, take the knight, we just take the rook. Okay, continue. Okay, this is a rook endgame, white to move, and now we realize that king has quite a limited square to move. Okay, so there's a potential checkmate coming. Okay, you see, the king can only take our pawn, right? You cannot move here because the rook cannot move these two square because of the pawn. Sorry, the pawn is attacking these two square. This square is attacked by the pawn. This square also attacked by our pawn. Okay, so you see we have so many square covered. This pawn blocks the king. Okay, so if black can move the pawn here, then the king can drop back, can run away. Okay, so now the problem is black can take our pawn. Otherwise, if this pawn is protected, what can we do? Try to find what's the best move. If this pawn is protected, we can give a checkmate, right? How? Just one more piece to attack this king. Okay, what's the other piece that can attack this king? Yeah, we can bring in this rook over here to give a check, give a checkmate if this pawn cannot be captured, right? You need to think like this. So the king cannot drop back. We cannot use this rook because the king can drop back here, can run away, go back, hide. Okay, we have to use this rook. This cover this square and this cover this line. Pawn, okay. But now the problem is if you go here, king can take our pawn. Yeah, we can do this. Yeah, I think there's a checkmate. Yeah, we check, takes the pawn. Rook can take the pawn here. it's a checkmate. Actually, I was thinking of this. King comes over here to protect this pawn. Then we're threatening this checkmate, but it doesn't work because rook can come here to check. Okay, rook can come here to check our king, and the king, if king moves here, still can continue to check. If the king goes here, the rook cannot take the pawn. Oh no, still cannot, because we are threatening to capture the rook, and also, the rook can move away, because after check the king can take the pawn if the king moves away. And the second one, if the king moves here, black can also move the rook here to protect this square, so there's no checkmate, right? So you have to see your opponent defensive resource before you decide which piece to attack, okay, which way to go. Okay, so now the forcing line is this one and checkmate. Yeah, because actually this is also deflecting the defender tactic, right? Because the king is protecting this pawn, so this rook is deflecting this king away from this pawn. Only move and rook can take the pawn with a checkmate, and the king is guarding these two squares. Okay, very important. You see all the pieces are working together. King control these two squares, and also this rook control this line. These two pawns controlling these side squares, and rook controlling this line. So the black king is trapped by, you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces to deliver, to surround this black king for a checkmate. Okay, this is quite a beautiful checkmate, right? Okay, the rook control these two squares, 1 and 2 and 3, this square. This rook controlling this. Okay, deliver the checkmate. Okay, so it's important to see like this doesn't work. Oh, the rook can take the pawn directly. Sorry for that. Directly with the check. Okay, then maybe the king can go away, block with the rook. So, okay, this is also hanging. I didn't see that. So it's important to see the forcing line with this check first. Yeah, we need to see the check first. This we see only after the check doesn't work. We only think of move like this, because this is not the threatening move. Yeah, it's threatening checkmate, but not so direct. Okay, not so forcing, because check is still more forcing than this threat, right? So we look for check first. Maybe here, or even this pawn, rook takes pawn check sacrifice. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so now you see the king is completely blocked by its own piece, right? So if there's a knight here, we can give a checkmate. But the queen is protecting, and we have no knight over here. We have no knight around here. Knight is still far away, so there's no, we call it smoothed mat. Okay, you cannot trap the king with the knight. So now checkmate is coming. Okay, because there are 3 heavy pieces surrounding this. Okay, surrounding this king. So there's a checkmate pattern coming. Okay, so first thing that comes to mind is queen takes the pawn check. Sacrifice the queen first. Only move. And second rook comes here. Give a check. 2 lines we cover, right? We cover 2 lines with 2 rooks, bishop block, and rook takes bishop, checkmate. Okay, this is a checkmating pattern that you need to. Okay, you can do more exercise of checkmate exercise, then you can see this in a short time, right? You take the queen, take the pawn, give a check, and not here because the bishop takes the rook. This one, bishop block, and not this rook because the king can run away, and this rook controlling these 2 lines. Okay, this is a checkmate. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now the black is checking our king. The rook is protected by the pawn, controlling these 2 lines. So our king is very dangerous. Only 2 squares to go. Okay, which square to go. We cannot block with the queen because the queen still can capture. Okay, so which square to go? Okay, we calculate one by one, right? If let's say if we go back, okay, logical, go back and go back to hide behind our pawns. Okay, if we go here, we think of how can black continue to check us. Okay, can black checkmate us? Okay, one is this queen can check, rook can also check. So both we need to consider. Okay, if here, what if rook check, king moves inside, and no more check? Alright. Yeah, so if queen check, oh no, if we move here, if queen check, we still go inside, hiding behind our pawn. And though there's no more check unless black wants to sacrifice. Okay, sacrifice, but it's not working. So this should be the answer, because if we move down here, I think black queen can check over here. Check over here, because black queen cannot come here because the queen is controlling this square. You need to notice this one. Queen is protecting these three squares. So if the king go down, queen can come over check, because the rook cannot check because it will be captured. King go down, queen come here for a check, and only move is up, right? We cannot go hide inside because the king is here already. And do you see the checkmate by black? Okay, you try to find the checkmate by black if the king moves here. Queen check, king moves up back here. Okay, how black can checkmate us? You just find the check, and you can see this one. Okay, queen come over here, check the king, and it's a checkmate. Okay, so see once again, king drops down, queen check, king has to go back, and queen come over here, attack this king, and there's no square for this king to go. Okay, blocked by the pawn, rook and queen all surround this king. Okay, so only move is king drops here, check, and we hide inside our pawn. Yeah, this is a sacrifice for the checks, but it's not working. But now the question is, we need to be very careful now, because there are three options: take with the king, take with the pawn, or the queen. So usually in this kind of puzzle, we know there's only one correct move. Okay, but in actual game, maybe one or two or all are correct. Okay, but in this kind of puzzle, only one is correct. So we have to think carefully. Okay, we cannot capture too fast. So let's see one by one. Okay, if the king captured, okay, black queen can come over here to give a check, but the king can go here to protect this queen, right? Because the queen is attacked. Let's see, the king can come over here to protect this queen, but black can still continue to check us. Queen can go over here to check again, right? But we can capture the pawn. Yeah, seems to be okay for white, because the king is still protecting the queen and there's no more check. Okay, so this looks good. Okay, what if this pawn take? I think black can check over here, and you need to realize the pawn is controlling these two squares. This pawn is blocking the king, so there's a potential perpetual check for a draw. Okay, if pawn takes, queen check. Why here? Because the queen is trying to come near the king, right? To give a perpetual check, to limit the scope of the white king. So after take, queen moves here for a check, and then let's say the king moves down, queen check again, king moves up, check again. Okay, but I think the queen still can protect over here. Let's see. check here, check, go here, check, protect, check. So it's very very confusing really, right? Check, take the pawn check and go up. Oh, it's very complicated. Check with the pawn, normal check here. Wow, lots of check. Okay, let's see the other alternative first. Queen takes the rook. Yeah, for queen takes, I think there's no check by black. Yeah, no check. We cannot check here. Cannot check here. Yeah, I think this is the best one, right? Queen takes, no more check, and we are threatening checkmate. Can you see that? After queen takes, we have a checkmate in 2. Can you find that? Yeah. Oh no, sorry. My mistake, because the queen is protecting this square. I thought we can checkmate with this. Check, go here and checkmate. But no, the queen is protecting. So you have to be very careful, because from far away the queen can protect this square. So we don't have mate. Okay, but we still can attack the king. Maybe check over here. No. Okay, but it's okay. We can check over here. Yeah, this is mate. After queen takes here, we can give a check over here, and if black king comes here, we can give a checkmate. If king goes there, we can give a checkmate over here. Check here and checkmate. Sorry, checkmate. You can see that. So I think this is the best option. Yeah. Yes, correct. So I'm curious if we capture with other piece. Oh, you see, pawn takes is a draw. Oh no, king takes is a checkmate. Wait, why don't we see the checkmate? Check. Wait, where's the checkmate? If we go here, no. Check here, there's no mate. Okay, how about here? There's no mate also. Where is the checkmate? Here? Oh. No. No mate, the king can take. Because if pawn check, queen takes, queen comes over here is a checkmate. Right? Because the queen is blocking the king and the pawn is controlling this square. So pawn check, queen cannot take, but we can take with the king, and there's no checkmate. We cannot check here, cannot check here. Check here, our king can run away. How come I don't see the checkmate? Oh, now I see. Take the pawn. Yeah, take the pawn check. It's a mate. Mate in 2. Yeah, check. One move and take the pawn check. And pawn controlling this square. Queen is protecting this pawn from behind. It is an X-ray. It's an X-ray tactic. Here, check. Controlling this square, this 3 square. So the king cannot move. Pawn is protected. Yeah. Just now we calculate like this. We calculate here. Check from here. So it's a mistake. This is a mate. Okay, this is a mate. So actually we can learn from this. We can see that even though this is wrong, right? Even though our calculation for this is wrong, right? Because this is a checkmate. Okay, you can see all protected, all surrounding the white king, controlling the escape square. So even though we calculate this wrongly, we didn't see the checkmate in the beginning. We thought of this. Okay, we thought of this, but then we see a very like confident move. Okay, very simple move, and there's no check for white for black. Yeah, You cannot come over here. You cannot come over here. You cannot. Okay, if you come here, we take the pawn with the check. Now also we're threatening to give a checkmate. Okay, check and checkmate. And also check, go here, check again, here, and checkmate. Okay, you need to see this line. You need to avoid this line. Okay, so we see this is very easy to understand and very confident move. So we choose this one. Yeah, so this one is the best one because this is a very sure move for us to prevent any check. Okay, this is still, there are a lot of checks, but since we miss this checkmate, we see a lot of checks coming. So this we are not sure. Okay, this line we are not sure because we haven't fully calculated. Okay, but once we see this, we are sure with this, then we can proceed with this one. Yeah, this is a very convenient move. Okay, so that's how we should think, how we should calculate first before we make any move. This is a draw, right? As I said, let's check because there's a continuous check by black. Okay, see how? Oh yeah, there's one move only. We cannot move here, right? Because the queen can come over here to block. So still have this square because the pawn is this very important. This very important square for us, for the black to deliver the perpetual check. See, check again. Here we can check. So because the queen cannot come here. Here, check again. Here, even here can. No, this one cannot. This one is not working because there's no more perpetual check. Queen can block. You see. So it's very important for black to prevent the queen from coming over to block. Okay. Once the queen comes over, it's very hard to give a perpetual anymore. Okay, you see, continue to check. Okay, endless check. So it's a draw. This is very important. This move, not here, not here, not here, because we don't want the queen to come over. Okay, we give a check here. So it's also not here because the queen control. You need to see this line, okay, very important line, so that you can choose where to check. Oh, here only one move, check. Okay, here. Oh, this one lose because of this keyword. So very important also. You might lose. Okay, you might lose while trying to win. Okay, you might lose if you are not careful. Okay, so this is a draw. Okay, it's a perpetual check, endless check. So we need to be very careful when we choose our move, right? Okay, so let's continue. This is only 1,400, but still we need to calculate. Okay, some lines. Okay, puzzle number 19. White to move. Okay, I think we should end in puzzle after 20 puzzle, right? Then we can continue with other video. Okay, let's solve these two more puzzles first. Black is threatening to take our rook. Okay, the material is the same. Two rooks. Okay, knight and bishop, queen. Pawn. We are losing one pawn. Okay, black's queen is here, attacking the rook, but our queen is protecting it. Attack the pawn, our queen protect. Attack the pawn, rook protects. Okay, now we need to solve this first. Okay, because black is threatening to take our rook. And first thing first, we look for check, but there is no check. No check here. Then we look for capture. Capture this pawn, but no use, right? Bishop takes our rook. Then we see whether we can trap this queen. Yeah, because why we need to consider this? Because we need to realize the queen has not much square to go. You see, one and this line. So what happens if the rook comes here, but the queen can take? Oh, then we take the bishop at the back. Yeah, it's a skewer, simple skewer. Yeah. Yes, attacking the queen. King go here. So we are not trapping the queen. We are winning the bishop at the back. Yeah. But probably we can see also whether we can trap the queen, but cannot. Queen can take, and there's a one line over here to go back. Go here, go here. Okay, queen still can go back, but actually I was thinking of this one. Knight comes here to block the queen, but I think we can't. Wait, knight comes here, threatening this rook to attack the queen, and the queen cannot go. Okay, let's see if the queen takes knight here. Yeah, the queen can go here, then go back. Okay, still can escape. Okay, so now I think we just should take the bishop, but the queen sacrifices itself to get back some material. Okay, we take. So now we gain. We give up 2 rooks for a queen and bishop. Okay, we win some material. Okay, it's important to see this. If the queen takes the pawn, we take the bishop at the back. This is a skewer. Okay, this is a skewer. Why there's so many arrows over here? Can we move the arrow? It's okay, never mind. Okay, so if queen goes here, we take the bishop also. Okay, if queen takes the pawn, let's see whether we can trap the queen with this knight. Cannot. Bishop can take the rook. Oh, we lose material like that. Oh, like that. Oh, like that. Black has the advantage. Okay, even though because we have passed pawn. Okay, so you need to see that this doesn't work. Okay, trapping the queen doesn't work, so we just win the bishop at the back. So it's also very important to note that with this, with this puzzle, it shows that we don't have to react with this, like moving our rook away, right? Normally, we will think of first thing that comes to mind, we move our rook away to avoid distract. We first think of check and other threatening move, forcing move, right? There's no check, there's no capture. Okay, and then this is a threatening move. Okay, threatening move. We have to see this, and it happens that we can take the bishop at the back, so saving our rook. Okay, so this is the better solution instead of moving the rook away. Then the queen can move away or the bishop can move away, and then we don't win any material. Okay, so the only winning move is this skewer. Okay, this is a skewer, and we take the bishop at the back. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now we do puzzle number 20. Okay, now white to move, and we see that white is attacking the black king. There are few pieces surrounding this king, but the white king is also quite exposed, right? King is coming out, then maybe black can give a check, so it's quite dangerous also. The queen is also around, black queen, to attack our king. So white has to be fast and give some forcing move. Okay, now what I see now is we can give a checkmate in 2. Okay, so this is the first check. The rook is protecting this square. Check the king. Only move, and also we need to make sure that this square is not protected by other pieces. Right? All black other pieces doesn't protect this one. Only king, but the rook is protecting this square. So we give a check. Only move inside, and checkmate. Second move. So this is a very simple 2-move checkmate. Okay, so now we end this round and we'll proceed puzzle number 21st in the next video.